speaker, class for today, we have Joni Laidlaw as the Toastmaster since 2019. She believes in the philosophies work smarter, not harder, and to learn by doing Toastmasters embodied. A digital nomad, she has taken advantage of the new normal to network and learn from Toastmasters around the world and has become a go-to for hybrid and Zoom meeting careers. Her distinguished Toastmaster project Logical Logistic Tech 4, I believe that's trademark, provided a practical guide to the digital landscape. She is currently on her second DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster, introducing the use of artificial intelligence to enhance the Toastmasters journey using Udly. Please help me welcome Joni.
All right, so mic check 1, 2, 3. Is everyone hearing me? Thumbs up.
Oh,
You're not hearing me?
barely.
All right, is that better? Are you hearing me better now? Am I being heard? Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, is that better?
Yes.
Awesome. The joy of the online space, and sometimes our technology doesn't always work, but here is the beauty of Toastmasters. We get to practice, test, and try again. Now, artificial intelligence and public speaking may seem like two entirely different fields. Let me amaze you with the significant benefits the intersection of the two can offer. Welcome to Udly. Now, Udly is your personalized speech coach that offers judgment-free feedback. Ace your next Zoom, Teams, a multiple of Zoom online platforms presentation. Ace your next corporate presentation. Ace your next sales pitch. Now, let me ask, how many of us here, I know it's an open house, so there's some new people, and I'll explain the Toastmasters terminologies as I go along. Who here is a protege or a mentor? I'm seeing the hand. Beautiful. Now, how many people like me are guilty of giving this speech? Please go home and practice in the mirror or give it to your pet or any friend who would want to hear your speech. Who said that or who's done that? Now, if your pet is anything like mine, the response is going to be, feed me, I want to sleep, or there won't be any answer. And I can tell you, if my mirror looked at me and said, Joni, somewhere in minute 5, you started speaking too fast, or I'm Jamaican. So one of the things about our dialect is the H's tend to be where they shouldn't be or be dropped off where it should. If my mirror said to me, Joni, you were supposed to say eat, but you said heat, or you said hot instead of hot, then it would be time for me to replace that mirror, right? My mirror should not be giving me that kind of feedback. That's why Udly was created. Udly created the smart mirror, and it was designed to do just that. Now, if you notice, you'll see that it said at minute 30, you use the potentially weak word just 62 times. You may want to consider using more specific language. So not only do you get feedback on your use of language, but you get a transcript of your speech. How does that benefit us in general? Normally, we learn language in 2 ways. We either learn it from speech, like me. I have watched copious amounts of TV, been on copious amounts of social media, and I can wax philosophical with the best of them on almost every and any topic. Ask me to write it down. It's a different story. Now, let's be honest. I am going to write the way I learned speech. So why would you look at me strange if I wrote F-O-N-E? After all, it's phone, right? Why would a P-H make an F sound? Then there are the other persons who learn from reading, from books. How do you tell how someone learned from a book? The bibliophiles give themselves away quite easily. I'm going to give you a quick demo, and I'm going to ask that unmute and answer this for me. Somebody pronounce L-I-V-E. Anybody?
Live.
Okay. Do you notice the context matter? The same word, you'll be reading it, and it's pronounced in two different ways depending on the context. This is the importance of having the assistance of the AI bot. Your mirror would never. And in addition to the timestamp feedback, you get filler words and hedging words that show your lack of confidence as well. Now, this is a startup team. You have the Udly team members, ambassadors such as myself, and the Udly community, which I hope that you'll be willing to be a part of at the end of this presentation. Now, here's the co-founder, Varun Puri. Let's hear what he has to say about Udly.
Hi, we are Udly. We are an AI-powered speech coach to help you improve your communication skills. We provide you with private and judgment-free feedback on how often you say ums and ahs, how quickly you speak, whether you've interrupted others.
Interrupted others is something I do all the time, because for me, when I'm excited and I'm really excited about something and you're doing it too, oh my God, it's so great that I met somebody who did that. For real, you do that as well. I can't imagine that you actually did that. And I have to give you context, and I have to add, because I have to tell you, I have to let you know that we're there, we're together, we understand each other. I'm sorry, did I just jump in? It's the excitement. And again, chances are you may not have understood, because I know that when I'm extremely excited, I have hit up to 210 words per minute. But not only those of us who speak fast, we have those who listen fast as well. So the opposite happens, where you have someone who is speaking really slowly. Like I said, I listen fast. It helps to be in a conversational tone. Have you ever been in a speech and someone is going on, and slowly but surely you find yourself going off? It helps to be conversational, and Udly will help you practice that as well. So let's take a look at what Udly has to offer. Now, I should explain that there are two forms of Udly: the original Udly as well as the Toastmasters International Udly, both of which I will be putting links to in the chat. Now, there's a homepage that you can access tutorials, sample speeches, and courses. The library, where you'll find all of your recordings. Udly for online meeting. As you can see, my bot is here. I will be willing to share the analytics, but if you have a problem with your analytics being shared, please feel free to message me, and I will find an alternative way instead of sharing the link for everyone. But if we're all good, I will drop the link in the chat. That way everyone can see a demonstration of how Udly in online meetings work and how we'll get the analytics for everybody. Now, for those in the room, you're going to just be grouped in as spotlighters, Toastmasters. But the beauty of Udly is there's a recording, so you can find where you are and see where you are to understand where you got timestamp. There are also games. The founder of Toastmasters, Ralph Smedley, said, "We learn best in moments of enjoyment." Did you know that it takes 40 repetitions to learn something? Can anyone guess how quickly you learn when you're having fun? Anybody?
25.
Close to 5, 9. Can you imagine 40 versus 9 times when you're doing it in enjoyment? This is the beauty of Udly. Not only do you get to practice, but you get to practice in a fun environment. You can record. You get the opportunity to utilize the bot to record your speeches. You can also upload a previously recorded speech. Case in point, if you're unable to join the meeting because it's password blocked, you can record the speech, have it uploaded to get your analytics. Now, you also have private Udly. Remember, I asked you want it shared. You want to be in a meeting, but others don't want their information shared. You would like the assistance because, like Joni, you keep interrupting people and you need the bot to remind you. You are monopolizing the conversation. I know you're excited, but stop. You have that in private Udly. You can also customize the settings to give you the best experience in utilizing the bot. Now, in addition, you get to review. We're on a path. We have 5 levels. By the end of the Toastmasters year, we really do want to see how far we've come. For those of us who actually like the sound of our own voice, you can go back and listen to it and evaluate yourself. Or if you're like me and you prefer to read the analytics, you have that available for you. But not only does it explain about your eye contact and how fast you're speaking, it states whether or not you're conversational. Are you too slow? Or are you going too fast that people who listen slow may miss what you have to say? In addition to the feedback on your ums and ers, and you get to review and go back to see how far you've come. And that's always important on your speaking journey. Being online and speaking in quite a few places, I can tell you. For most of us, we forget where we started. And it helps to motivate you to see when I just started out, I used to speak at 100 words per minute, and this was how fast I was talking. And when I was excited, I was really, really excited. And then nobody could understand me because if I had the Jamaican tweet, I know you're not going to hear a word that I'm saying, because if I drop that in there, to get to the point where I can speak to persons who speak English as a second language. It's about getting to a pace that fits so that you can present to persons who listen slow or fast, and they will be able to understand what you have to say. Now, in addition, Udly also gives you the ability to repeat. Now, I don't believe in perfection. I never have, and I never will. I love the introduction of our Toastmaster of the day. But even the Distinguished Toastmasters Project says, challenge yourself too, or you may need to work on. Case in point, for my evaluation today, make sure that your mic is tested before you start and your 12-year-old knows to be quiet in the background. That way, if the mic does not mute him, people will not hear. We will never actually be perfect because we're humans, and it's about being fallibly infallible. I'll share a tip that I learned thanks to you, Dave. We actually do about 4%, and that's quite natural, of filler work. Udly is not designed to say, oh, never ever make a mistake. It's about letting you know if you're doing too much that it becomes distracting. And you get to repeat the process over and over again. Because though I don't believe in perfection, I believe that practice makes procedure and practice makes progress. So we practice our procedure to progress. And that's the beauty of using Udly. Now, you also get personalized coaching. There are some things, and I'll give you an example in Jamaican because I think I've said that a few times. There might be a time when I am speaking to an audience and Medea or Wagwan would actually be quite appropriate in the utilization of the speech. Even Barack Obama, when he came to visit Jamaica, started out for emphasis with Wagwan Jamaica. There are times when we have to use phrases that are standard common knowledge based on how we're socialized. Now, the bot may not understand the context. Or for example, I really, really, really need to stress the importance that there's some things that AI may never understand and we need to utilize it. You would have told me that I said really 3 times, but everybody would have understand that, listen, it was for emphasis. Based on that, we have the ability as well to share the speeches with others in order to get personalized coaching. And how does that benefit everyone? I have been to South Africa and various countries, right, that are in different time zones. And for people that are even close to us, we don't have the time. The time that I have to do the speech might not be the time that you have to review the speech. And as such, Udly allows you to share the content and utilize the bot to transition with everyone at their convenient time. Now, there's also impromptu speaking, the games that I mentioned earlier. There is no filler words. Now, with no filler words, you select from the pre-assigned filler words, add them, you get an AI-generated question. You would give it like a regular table topics and you get to do the time. Sometimes even distinguished Toastmasters have filler words and sometimes you don't. Now, there's also spin a yarn. You get your AI-generated question, but this is table topics on steroids. You not only have to answer the question, but there are words thrown at you that have to make sense as well. And you incorporate that. Now, there is also Metaphor Mania. Now, for Metaphor Mania, and it will be coming along shortly, those are unrelated topics that are put together that you have to figure out how to get them to coincide with each other. And even I, who think outside of the box, sometimes get really stumped in trying to put them together. We now have a beta game. You get a story that the AI starts for you, and you get the opportunity to go ahead and spin a larger tale based on what is said. And at the end, when you have finished, there is confetti. Don't you wish every single time you spoke there was confetti? Now I'm almost out of time, so I'll let you know why TI partnered with AI. It's actually to enhance the Toastmasters experience, and I hope I've stated today. And why do Toastmasters love Udly? Here are just a few examples. Now, Udly also offers